Won't solve this.
There you go.
Maybe? All right. How is that, Alice? Liz has no sound. Okay, I think we fixed. I'm not. Yeah, I think. There it is. Okay, good. So hopefully this sounds a little bit better. Hi, Sally. Hi, Alice. Good. Okay. So happy Monday, everybody. Did everybody get a chance to vote for the project this week? It's going to be a pot holder. That is, we know for sure, it was whether it was going to be Intarsia or stranded knitting. So let me show you. I've got 3 balls here. So dishcloth cotton. Got an urge to do some more kitchen knitting. So I've got 3 balls of Bernat Handicrafter. This has not been in my stash all that long. Fairly new stash. So starting something new, trying to knit stuff that I've already bought fairly quickly. So this is it. What else do I have to show you? I've got last week's project. Can give you an update on that. I have a project from, oh my gosh, back in February. That was the Fiber Friends Sweater Challenge. I told you a little bit about that last week, so I can give you a little bit of an update on that. I cast on 2 new projects. So I cast on a total of 3 last week. Got a little carried away. So we'll talk a little bit about those and a couple new cast-ons we can chat about. So without further ado, did I see Liz in here? Liz is always my drum roll girl. So somewhere along the way, I need to find a drum roll sound effect that we can add in here. So there was lots and lots of votes this week. If you're new here, you can always vote every Monday. Wildflower Bowl's Instagram stories, Instagram post, Facebook. Oh, Sally's got drum roll in here for me. Fantastic. Anyway, lots of votes again this week for this project. But one technique kind of led the way pretty much all day across all the platforms. So Intarsia or stranded. There was, oh, who was it? Anne, I think. Anne, you had said you couldn't remember the difference between Intarsia and stranded. So we can talk a little bit about that. So typically, I think when I've done this before, stranded or Intarsia, stranded usually works because honestly, I can't remember a time that I have done an Intarsia project for one of my New Start Mondays. Intarsia, if you remember back a few weeks ago, the qualifying sock for Sock Madness, that was Intarsia. That was a lot of Intarsia. But I don't think I have done anything other than that in quite a while. And typically, yes, typically stranded. So stranded is another word for feral. And that typically is the, are we good?
Oh, yep.
Okay. So that typically wins. So today, though, there was a lot of votes for Intarsia, which was really interesting to see. So Anne said that was you. So Anne, did you Google the difference? So we might as well chat. So right now, so the difference between Intarsia and stranded. Stranded is where you carry both colors all the way around your project. So if I was using gray and blue, I'd have a strand of each and both would go all the way around. So stranded ends up being a little tighter. It ends up being a little warmer because it's basically double thickness. And you need a larger needle typically because of those strands that go all the way around, make it a little tight and not near as stretchy as a regular stockinette stitch. Intarsia is the one I always think of like a sweater where you've got a snowman or a motif, a design just in the front of your sweater. And those colors are just used in that one area. They're not carried all the way around. So you still have the same stretch that you would with a regular project. And but you knit with bobbins. So you have little bobbins or little butterflies that hang on your project. So, and they're both just a fun way of doing your color work. Intarsia typically only has one. I know. I'm kind of reading. Dalton's my tech guy here, and he's helping set me up with different stuff tonight. So, oh, Anne said, sorry, you didn't have time to check. That's okay. So hopefully that, I always think of that, yeah, like a snowman sweater or a dog or a, you know, whatever you want to put on your sweater. So,
Don't mind me, guys.
okay, we'll let Dalton do the techie stuff. So, okay, I saw Sally put our drum roll in here. So, what I'm going to use these 3 balls for, 3 colors, 2. I might actually end up doing 2 colors. Technique for this week is, Sally's got our drum roll in here. It is, once again, stranded knitting. I thought Intarsia was going to make a comeback here. I thought it was going to catch up, and it was really, really close because a few people were saying, let's do Intarsia, let's switch it up, let's do Intarsia for fun. It was close. It was close, but in the end, stranded won out again. A couple, what was there? Some more comments. Somebody asked, it depended on how the back was going to look like, which was a really good thought, because if it was going to be single sided, she said definitely do Intarsia because of, you wouldn't want all the strands across the back. But I messaged her back and I said, I like to do my pot holders or hot mats always with double-sided. So do it on a 16-inch needle, so you've got that extra double thickness. Hold on for a sec, guys. Dalton, can you?
Absolutely.
You might have to put it on speaker to hear. Anyway, sorry about that. Just kind of waiting for a phone call. So anyways, so I always like to do it in the round on a 16-inch needle. So it'll be double thick, so all those strands are hidden. So really, no matter how, if it was Intarsia or stranded, everything's all going to be just covered in the inside. So let me see who all. I see lots of people are joining us tonight. I hope you guys all have got your knitting. So hi, Liz and Diane and Anne and Sam. Oh, I visit with Nan and Papa. Oh, it's Valerie. Oh, Valerie, you're on a different device tonight, are you? Okay. So let's see. Hey, Jen, Nita, Diane, Jocelyn. Hey, Jocelyn, Katie, Alice, Sally, Pat. Okay. Hi, everybody. So if anybody hasn't popped in and said hi, just type hi so I know that you're here watching. So that's it. So you guys, stranded knitting yet again. Maybe one of these times Intarsia will jump to the front. I think, yeah, I would definitely say stranded knitting is probably more popular, which is probably why people voted for it. I was kind of hoping maybe Intarsia would win out this week, but that's okay. Stranded will be just fine. So that is that. I'm excited. I've got needles here. I've got 16-inch needles here ready. My lovely new assorted a case of needles. I will have to sort through here and see what I've got for sizes. Hopefully in all of this, I will have the size that I will need. Did I pick motifs yet? Katie said, you know what? I think I'm going to do a flower motif because it's spring. I'm feeling kind of springy. Flowers, I think, is what I'm going to do. Hi, Christine. So I've got needles here. So surely I should have a needle in here. And if I don't have a 16-inch needle, I can always go into one of my interchangeable and do magic loop. But I do like to do a 16-inch needle if I can avoid magic loop. I will always do that if I have the option. But if not, I will magic loop it. Size of needle, I am thinking maybe a 5 millimeter. I always want to go up a little bit because we talked to the strands across the back make it a little tight. So I think that's why I will probably go with that and see how it turns out. So, all right, last week's project.
I would like to do one thing if I may.
Oh, sure.
Just give me 2.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll just keep going. Dalton's going to do whatever he's going to do. So last week's project, you guys, was this yarn. I did not buy any more of this yarn. I just have to say that for starters. I was very, very tempted. This was this yarn. Oh, I got it upside down. So it's a Karen's Blossom cake, right? So you guys all know that I seem to have a little bit of addiction to these Karen cakes. Blossom was or is apparently a limited edition, which kind of makes me sad because I really, really enjoyed knitting with this. This colorway was called charcoal, and I really, really liked it. It's just really very muted, shades of gray, cream, off-white. It's really, really quite nice. It was really nice to knit with. This is one of these blown yarns. I'm not sure how well you can see that or not. It's a cotton and acrylic. It's like a 60-40 blend. And it was really, really nice to knit with. And guess what? Guess what? I have a finish. Well, finish, except my darning needle is still attached. I just closed the top of it. And I have my cast on end. But other than that, you guys all know that weaving in ends is a little bit of an option for me. So I'm calling this done. You could wear it with the tails hanging out, right? If you just tuck them in. But look at that. I really, really like this. I really loved this yarn. I really liked knitting with it. And if it is available longer or again, I would definitely buy more of it. And I did go online because I'm not sure if the sale is still on, but Michael's was having a big sale, yarn sale, and all their yarn was 30% off. And I know Friday night, Saturday, I went online and it was still on sale online on the website, but I did not buy it.
Susanna Warner asks, what's the pattern?
What's the pattern? It is just a double seed stitch. No pattern. I just cast on. I did now what I do really like about this is I switched up my cast on. Typically I get kind of lazy and I always just do a long tail cast on. And which is fine. It's great. Don't have anything else here to show you. Yes, I do. I can show you on this. And as most of you guys know, anytime you do a long tail cast on, you get like what I call like a roped edge on the right side, which is fine. But sometimes I just don't love it on the bottom of ribbing. So for the hat, I switched it up and I did an alternating cable cast on. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that edging, but I just like it a little bit different. It still has got lots of stretch,